Okay, hello everyone, and today I want to continue again to practice speaking anything in English. And for today, the topic is a random conversation about life. Ethan, hey Husni, hey Ethan, what are you doing? Nothing special. What do you mean nothing special? Yeah, just relaxing. That's rare. Why? You're usually doing something. Maybe you like programming, sometimes studying, sometimes practicing English. Yeah, you really like learning new things. I guess I do. Then you ever get bored? Of course. What do you do when you're bored? I usually watching something. Movies, sometimes YouTube, mostly. What do you watch? It depends on my mood. What kind of video do you watch when you're tired? Something easy to watch, like comedy, yeah, or sports. Sometimes sports. Football, definitely. Who's your favorite player? That's a difficult question. Why? There are too many good players. Fair enough. What about you? I usually watch documentaries. Really? Yeah. Even when you're tired? Not always. What do you watch then? Random videos. That's more realistic. Do you prefer staying at home or going outside? It depends. On what? My mood. If you're tired, I'd rather stay home. And if you're bored, I'd rather go outside. Where will you go? Maybe a coffee shop? You like coffee? Yeah. How often do you go? Not very often. Why? I usually make coffee at home. That's cheaper. Exactly. What's your perfect day? My perfect day? Yeah, that's an interesting question. Take your time. I'd wake up early. How early? Maybe around 6. Then what? I'd have breakfast and I'd spend a few hours learning something. Programming? Probably. Then I take a break. A proper break? Yes. What will you do? Maybe go outside? And after that, I'd work on a project. Sounds productive. Maybe too productive. What about the afternoon? I'd probably meet a friend and at night I'd relax. No programming, maybe a little. I knew it. What about your perfect day? Mine is simpler. Tell me. I wake up without an alarm. That's already a good start. Then I'd have a big breakfast. What will you eat? Anything I want. Healthy food? Not necessarily. They I go somewhere I've never been before. Alone, maybe with friends. Where? Somewhere quiet. Mountains, maybe beach, maybe so you don't actually know. The important thing is getting away from my routine. Do you like traveling? Yes. What's the best place you visited? That's difficult. Why? Every place has something different. What do you enjoy most about traveling? Seeing how all other people live. It's interesting. I like feeling of being somewhere unfamiliar. Why? Because everything feels new. Even simple things, especially simple things. Like what? Walking around, getting lost? N- Not intentionally. Yeah, haha. But sometimes getting lost makes the trip more interesting. Do you enjoy meeting new people? Sometimes you're not very social. I'm social with people I'm comfortable with. That's different. Yeah. What makes you comfortable around someone? When I don't feel like I have to pretend. That's a good answer. I like conversation where people can talk honestly. even about difficult things, especially difficult things. Why? Because those conversation usually means something. Do you think people change as they get older? Definitely. How? Their priorities change. For example, when you're younger, you may care more about having fun, and later, you may care more about stability. What about success? That changes too. How? When I was younger, success seems like having a lot of money, and now I think success is more complicated. What does it mean to you now? Being able to support myself, anything else, doing work that I find meaningful, and having enough time for the people I care about. That's a different definition of success. Yeah. Do you think money is important? Of course. How important? Very important. Why? Because it gives you security, but money isn't everything. What else matters? Healthy, family, yeah, family, friends, of course, time, definitely time. Why time? Because you can make more money, but you can make more time. Yeah, it's that true. But are you worried about this day? My future? What specifically? My career? Why? I'm not sure whether I'm going in the right direction. Do you think anyone really knows? Probably not. I think most people are figuring it out as they go. That makes me feel better. Good. What about you? I worry about the same thing sometimes. Really? Of course. You seem confident. Confident doesn't mean I never have doubt. What's the difference? Confidence means I can keep going even when I have doubts. I like that. And what's one thing you want to change about yourself? I want to be more disciplined. Why? Because motivation isn't always there. That's true. Sometimes I don't feel like studying. What do you do? I try to do a little anyway, even at 10 minutes. Yeah, even 10 minutes. Why? Because doing something is better than doing nothing. That's probably why consistency matters. Exactly. Do you think you're becoming a different person? Maybe. In what way? I'm more patient than I used to be. Really? I think so. How did that happen? Learning programming taught me patience. Because of bugs? Mostly because of bugs. Fair enough. Sometimes you can spend hours solving one small problem and you can just give up. Exactly. So programming teach more than programming. I think so. You know what? What? I think we stand talking about random things and somehow ended up talking about life. That's what good conversation do. They go somewhere you didn't expect. Exactly. I'm glad we talked. Me too. Are you still worried about your future? A little. It's okay. Why? Because we don't need to have everything figured out today. True. We just need to keep moving, one step at a time. Exactly. So, what are you going to do now? Probably get something to eat. Finally, a practical decision. A practical decision. What about you? I'm hungry too. Then let's go. Where? You choose. Why me? Because you start this conversation. Okay, fair enough. Let's go. Okay, let's go. See you in the next time and thank you for watching my videos. See you guys.